So you guys think I'm good at gradients, eh? Well, just remember that nobody's perfect, or whatever lame shit they tell you in grade school. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you a bunch of things you might fail at when attempting to be a gradient hero. Almost everything that could go wrong did go wrong. So not too long ago, I posted these Canadian flag nails and asked you guys if you wanted to see what I'd called this blue and mint nail fail. You said you wanted to see it. What a leading question though, really. Would someone who really didn't want to see it take the time and effort to comment that they didn't want to see it? Ha, no. In any case, here's the nail fail. This may look pretty cool to some, but I'll show you how it's borderline nail fail. Because sometimes a nail fail isn't just about the end result on your nails. It's about screwing up at multiple points throughout the process. Start off with a seemingly simple step of painting your nails one color. This is Floss Gloss Glow Star, a minty creme. Fail number 1. Know how to paint your nails one color. I don't even know what happened there. I blame it on the camera angle. What's your excuse? Next up, add some Simply Peel on your skin to avoid failing at messing up your cuticles. You can watch my helpful video battle between 6 different peel-off products, or you can watch my more recent and less helpful video on how to refill your Simply Peel. You will learn absolutely nothing. So to make this middle/returning gradient business, I call it returning since it returns to the same color on 2 ends, I thought I was being clever by cutting the sponge to exactly fit my nail. Because if I just put exactly what I want to appear on my nail on the sponge and then press it on my nail, it'll be like a magical projection, right? Yeah, not so much. This ended up causing some bad color bleeding, probably caused by my involuntary side-to-side sponge action thing that I'm too used to doing in all my other gradients. Fail number 2. Don't always trust what makes sense in your head. I tried a new method of just using 2 strips of colors instead of all 3 in my recent Canada Day flag nails, and it worked out much better. Kinda hard to explain, but if you just watch that video link up in the left-hand corner, you'll see why this method is much better for less bleeding of colors. Moving right along, I can recover, right? I go to lift up my Simply Peel, and what do you know, there's a sticky bastard. If you watch my videos, then you've seen this happen many of times. Let's be clear, it's not the fault of Simply Peel, it's the fault of my peel-off base coat. The problem is I'm too stubborn to use regular base coats and remove my nail polish with acetone or nail polish remover like most normal people in the world. So unless you like torturing yourself and feel like redoing your complicated gradient, just use a regular base coat. So when you use a peel-off base coat and then put Simply Peel right beside it, they end up sticking together and can sometimes peel off the base coat when you go to peel off your Simply Peel. This would apply to peeling anything, including Simply Peel or other liquid latex products around your nail, and peeling nail vinyls off the nail. Do add a quick dry top coat before adding nail vinyls. That's a good thing that you should do. Do apply Simply Peel again before doing a second gradient to make things even more complicated. Do recycle your sponge by cutting it for a fresh edge. Do buy all your nail vinyls at www.twinkletea.com and use my code SIMPLY for 10% off. Do lift a bunch of nail vinyls up at once, then proceed to weed out every other one to get perfectly even spacing. So at this point, you're probably thinking that things are going pretty well so far, aren't you? I applied the opposite order of the returning gradient on my fresh sponge edge. And I was like, this is gonna look so cool, it's gonna be so trippy, and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, how did you do that? Except that it looks like a milky cloud with stickers. There's more than one thing going wrong here. We got an opacity problem where the mint just does not want to layer nicely over the blue. And we got a formula mixing problem because the royal blue shimmer doesn't really want to play nice with the mint green creme. Fail number 4. Use polishes you know are opaque. Fail number 5. Avoid mixing polish formulas. If I had used 2 creme polishes or 2 shimmers, things probably would have worked out better. I was so desperate to get these colors to blend, I tried to force it by sponging on way too many coats that I can count. Don't do that, because then it'll just get really clumpy and gross. Fail number 6. Don't do so many coats, especially over nail vinyls. The polish that's left is all thick and goopy. It's like a bunch of chevron scabs. And the gradient itself is now not well blended, it's very smushed, and it's uneven. Menchie, I'm trying to record. But since I went through all this trouble, let's just cover it up with a top coat and pretend like it's totally fine. In better gradient news, some of you have been asking for a remake of my 1-minute scaled reciprocal gradient tutorial that makes absolutely zero sense. One of these days, I will remake this video or something similar to it with voiceover, and hopefully it will make sense. For now, you'll just have to watch the 1-minute video approximately 18 times. Hopefully this how not to do a complicated gradient tutorial gave you some tips on what not to do when gradienting. I just made up a verb. It's gradienting. Maybe one day I'll make a video on how to do it right. Thanks so much again for watching, guys, and please remember to subscribe so I can get a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a Canadian penny to fund Menchie's college education, of course. See you next time!